You see that pixelated mess of a girl? Yeah, unfortunately, that's me. She doesn't know it yet, but her ambitions, well, they're not quite high enough. Now, let me explain. Why don't I let past me explain? Take it away, past me. I am done overlooking the sweet gem berry. In year one, they are inconvenient to get, to say the least. I'm usually focused on farming the right crops for the community center, building and upgrading a coop and barn, and upgrading my tools and backpack space along the way. So suffice to say, I don't typically have a lot of extra spending gold during spring and summer. I mean, I'll buy at least one for the statue man, formerly known as Old Master Cannoli, but by year 2, I've usually started building up my cake supply. So I might not even buy a single rare seed that season. Depends how adventurous I'm feeling. And any year beyond that, well, forget about it, not worth my time. So naturally, I was curious. How much money can I make in year 1 if I do prioritize the sweet gem berry? Well, I'm about to find out. And don't worry, I do have a plan. A simple plan, but a plan nonetheless. Don't discredit me before we even begin, okay? Sweet gem berries can't be processed in casks, kegs, dehydrators, honestly, you name it, and the sweet gem berry cannot be put into it. They can, however, be put in the shipping bin. They also only grow in fall. So yeah, it's becoming quite clear why I don't prioritize them. But my plan is to buy all the seeds I can from the traveling cart in spring and summer and make use of fertilizer since quality is the only way I can get more money for each berry. I'm gonna go for quality fertilizer though, which does mean I do need to get to level 9 farming before the 1st of fall. Possible, yes. Probable, well, that's a different story. I opted for the standard farm because I didn't want to limit myself with farming space, just to be on the safe side. I'm not expecting to fill every tile with my seed, with the sweet gemberry seed, I should say, but a girl can stay delusional. And I did name my farm Very Berry Farm because I am manifesting all the berries I can get. Please, RNG gods, let the odds ever so be in my favor. And yes, I'll take a cat the color of my precious sweet gem berries. My objective before fall is simple: get as much farming experience and as many rare seeds as possible. To do this, I'll focus on planting and harvesting kale in the spring, but don't get me wrong, I will still make use of those free nips I found in my house. I do have to say, I was not mad about finding 18 spring onions on my very first day. Sometimes the onion population can really leave a lot to be desired, but today is not one of those days. Of course, for a steady early money-making tactic, I took to fishing. At all times, I will want at least 5k in my wallet. In the spring and summer months, there will always be a rare seed for sale, but there is a slight chance there could be 5. I am optimistic, so I am hoping there will always be 5, but we'll see how that works out for me. In any case though, I do want to be prepared, so I hiked up to the mountain lake to fish. And I've just got to say, it's diabolical to place bubbles I cannot reach. Absolutely unforgivable. I did take advantage of the very first rain day by doing some more fishing. I always seem to have catfish on my mind. I only managed to fish 3 of them, but I did end the day with 3k profits for the 3rd day, so I'll take it. Unfortunately, an evil crow decided to feast on one of my precious kale. The parsnips were right there, but I guess it was a crow of fine taste. Regardless of how I felt, I had to carry on and fish anyway. I did manage to reach level 5 in fishing and caught enough fish to secure 5k just in time for my first traveling cart visit. Marnie greeted me with my sweet gemberry colored cat, so I had no other option but to name him Young Cannoli after Old Master Cannoli himself. I'm hoping he'll bring some good luck. I mean, I'm getting my cat on the first traveling cart day. Clearly the fates aligned for that. There's simply no other explanation. Only, I don't think they got the memo since another crow feasted on my crops and only one rare seed was for sale. I take that personally. Instead of replanting my parsnips, I did go on ahead and plant even more kale. But then I was zooming on over to the mines. I want to gather the supplies for my future sprinklers because I do not want to do any manual watering for my sweet gem berries. I found an ancient seed while I was down there, and I'm focused on sweet gem berries, not ancient fruit, but I guess it's the thought that counts. I also want to point out I did achieve a monster slaying goal before even ever entering the Adventurers Guild. That was a first for me, but there were just so many pesky bugs. But maybe I should try and do that more often because I did get the insect head weapon, which will help me immensely in these earlier mine levels. Again, the traveling cart lady only had one seed to sell. I see she's putting me on rations. It's fine. I'm fine. She's totally not jeopardizing my livelihood or anything. Don't be ridiculous. And so the slog of planting kale, harvesting kale, and occasionally hitting the mines commenced. Of course, I did not forget to pet young Cannoli for good luck along the way. I do love to see that my father is funding my sweet gem berry experiment. Hopefully it doesn't fail though, and subsequently bring shame onto my family because, well, that would be embarrassing. Again, there was just one seed at the traveling cart. I'm telling myself not to panic because there's still plenty of time for the traveling cart to get better stock, but I can't help but feel the panic rising. I'm a worrier. What can I say? On the historic Egg Festival day, I did have some kale to harvest, which left me with some ideas to sleep on. For a moment, I was devastated, horrified even. How could I let my kale grow all the way up with no seeds to replace them? My head not in the game. Only it quite literally was because duh, it was the Egg Fest and I just bought some strawberry seeds instead. And yes, I did go on to win the egg hunt. I think it's been literal in real life years since I let Abigail get the best of me. She does hate to see me coming. I did hit level 3 in farming, so only 6 more levels to go. But it won't stay 6 more levels for very much longer because just the next day, I had even more kale to harvest, which, yet again, left me with more ideas to sleep on. I am sorry for not recognizing your game before, Kale. I will never underestimate you and your powers again, except I'm not here to focus on Kale. I'm here for the sweet gem berries. Only there was still just one to buy. That does not help me put my focus on sweet gem berries because I really don't have a lot of seeds to be focusing on. Ignore the absolutely atrocious way I planted my crops. On second thought, maybe my diabolical planting has cursed me and my farm. It doesn't just look bad, but it also takes forever to water. Oh, how I long for sprinklers. And quality ones at that. I'm sorry, but I will never love the basic sprinkler. Even if you threaten me, I'm sorry, but I'm sticking to my morals. And so, with my steady morals, I did go on ahead and buy more kale from Joja because I have learned to not fear the blue men, but rather to take advantage of them. And I have to admit, even though I was focused on sweet gem berries, I did take the time to salmon berry hunt. I don't make the rules, okay? If I see a salmon berry bush, I am morally and ethically obligated to pick it. No salmon berries left behind. So with Friday already upon me, this was where I was really starting to doubt my whole existence. Because, well, as it turns out, I have 4 rare seeds to my name. 4. That hardly will get me very far. I was thinking I had been overestimating sweet gem berries this whole time, but from the looks of it, I've had every right to pass them up on year 1 because what is this? I can't work with this. Traveling cart lady, I beg of you, get better at your job, please. My pleas were not heard because there was yet again just 1 seed for sale. That's it. I'm cursed. It's official. So I went straight to bed after petting young cannoli, of course. There's always hope for Sunday though. In the meantime, I did reach level 5 in farming. All of that only to wake up to disappointment as there was yet again 1 seed for sale. This feels extremely personal at this point. What have I done to deserve this? On second thought, don't answer that. In less depressing news, I was able to reach level 80 in the mines. So I do now have access to all the supplies I'll need for quality sprinklers. Not that they will be doing much work for me with the 6 rare seeds I have. But I started on my smelting grind anyway, and I must have summoned the sprinklers because shortly after, I did go on and reach level 6 in farming, which means that quality sprinkler is all mine. I'm just happy to see something go according to plan for once. It's not the part that really matters, but at least it isn't making me rethink all my life choices. Before the flower dance, I did go on and craft 7 sprinklers, 6 of which will have absolutely no use at all at the current moment. Well, I guess if my pace keeps at it, I'll only be able to use 2 of them in the fall. So looking forward to that. But I just had to go show my face at the flower dance. I've become a recluse, and I just need them to know about my pain and suffering. They may not be able to understand my pain, but they sure can listen to me complain. I mean, I hide away on my farm and at the mines because I have to. I didn't choose this life chose me. And no, it's not working out for me very well. Thank you for asking and subsequently reminding me. I did manage to get my grubby hands on the level 100 star drop, but it will just fuel me with more energy that will not help me get more sweet gem berries. I'll just be left with excess energy after planting my whopping estimated 16 rare seeds, which will just be a sad reminder of what could have been. Oh, how predictable you are, traveling cart lady. 1 rare seed for sale yet again. Switch it up or get out of Pelican Town. You're not welcome here. I'm beginning to think my 23 sprinklers was a bit of overkill, but at least I'm getting closer to reaching level 9 in farming, I guess. And the traveling cart lady disappointed me yet again, but I really shouldn't have expected any different. I have 8 rare seeds. 8. I'm sorry, but I guess I just thought the best of the traveling cart lady, but she has failed me. And now I have to live with the consequences of her actions. And I'm not gonna lie, this was the point where I was like, maybe I need to rethink literally everything in my life because what do you mean I only have 8 rare seeds? But sad to say, or sad for me, I'm not a quitter, and honestly, this might be more of a detriment to me than anything else. Because regardless, I carried on into summer. All I have to say is the writing was on the wall, and I did choose to ignore it. My crop of choice for summer was obviously blueberries. I want all the experience I can get since I'm still not quite at level 9. And okay, I did phrase it like I should have level 9 already, and that's not what I'm saying, but it would be nice to have nice things in this save. I made sure to properly protect all my crops. I'm not out here looking to be taken advantage of by crows. Life is already doing that to me enough. I even felt a little adventurous and spruced up the place. With my constant pessimism, I had to think of some way to liven up the place because I fear with my track record, I will not be getting more optimistic. With all those blooms planted, I was in fact broke, so I did have to once again take up my fishing rod and do some mountain lake fishing. I do want to say, for years in real life, I thought the largemouth bass couldn't be caught in summer, so I never spent my time at the mountain in summer, but I did learn I was wrong. I don't really have the time to evaluate what that means for me exactly though, because I needed to spend my time channeling some good vibes for the traveling cart, and oh, she's just selling one seed again. None of that worked because she's only selling one seed. Who does she take me for? A fool? Yeah, I'm beginning to think she does. But maybe this ancient seed will be a good sign. Or maybe not. I mean, I'll take the rare seed, but need I remind you, there is a chance she could be selling 5 seeds, and I've just so happened to never have such luck. Forget about the ancient seed, it's my first blueberry harvest, and maybe this is the good luck sign I've been looking for. Oh, there's just one seed for sale. Never mind. But this blueberry harvest will surely be it. I mean, it's even a green rain day, so maybe it messed with my one seed streak. Oh, you mean to tell me it did nothing? Well, I'm going to find a way to let the toxic green rain fumes get to me because please put me out of my misery. I guess as consolation, I am only 1 level away from unlocking the quality fertilizer. So there is that, and I'll really have to hold on to the little hope I have in my life because what do you mean she only has 1 seed in stock? I swear to God, this woman wants me to lose business. I did finally reach level 9 in farming, but I don't feel like I have a lot to celebrate since yet again, there was just 1 seed for sale. I really need to go into this hoping for 1 seed, and then maybe I can use reverse psychology with the traveling cart lady. Or the fates. Because is there some external power working against me? Oh, how predictable. You're selling 1 seed. I don't know. Maybe shake things up a bit and live on the edge, traveling cart lady. You know what? I think you don't have a name in this game for a reason. A good one. You don't deserve the respect. Anyway, I almost forgot to catch the fish I needed for the quality fertilizer because yes, I am planting all my rare seeds. Whether or not, I know it's a lost cause. Of course, my luck was terrible, so I caught a lot of trash, but eventually I was able to craft 20 fertilizers, which at this rate, I think will be more than enough. And yeah, I was right because I was only able to buy 1 more rare seed before the end of summer. Please, thank God, summer is over. Just put me out of my misery. Oh, I have to actually plant my 16 rare seeds. Well, okay, I guess. There's not a lot of them, and I fear my efforts to get the supplies and levels needed for this whole thing to be possible will actually net me more gold than my actual sweet gem berry harvest. But I think the whole town is in on my humiliation because Jody had the audacity to send me quality fertilizer. Jody, don't rub the salt in my wound. I have more quality fertilizer than I know what to do with. So thanks for giving me something I can't use. Young Cannoli does love me, and let me just say, I needed that. I needed something to live for because it's time to harvest my whopping 16 sweet gem berries. I mean, I should have known. My fences were breaking down just like me. Life imitates art. Of course, I did bring them on over to old Master Cannoli and did proceed to rub them in his face because, quite frankly, that is all I have. I am not finding inner peace in my own life, so I might as well cause as much chaos as possible. I mean, I have spent months waiting for this moment, so the least you can do is let me have this. And no, Master Cannoli will not be receiving one. Not in this economy. Now it's time for the moment of truth. The moment we have all been waiting for. But first, let's compare the sweet gemberry profits to all the cranberries I harvested in the fall. Well, that's disappointing to say the least. But I do have to say, it's not completely horrible, but also it's definitely not worth me dedicating my life to. My life's work, all for nothing. Pass me, take a seat. Your reign of terror is over. Like I hinted at before, I could definitely see the writing on the wall. That's exactly why I opened a Joja membership on the 20th. I knew I wasn't going to be able to make any significant money, but what about year 2? So let's rewind day 25, harvest those sweet gem berries, and only this time, let's go buy the greenhouse from the Jojo route because we're about to see how many sweet gem berries I can have by next fall. Because I simply cannot accept defeat. Sorry, declined. While I can admit my year 1 results were less than I was expecting, I can promise you, you will not be saying that about year 2. At least if things go according to plan. But I do have to say, I will be a bit at a disadvantage because I had not planned for this from the beginning, so I don't already have the greenhouse unlocked and have subsequently not been churning out seeds like my life depended on it. But let's be real, this isn't about being the best. No, it's about redemption and not failing spectacularly. So let's hope year 2 is not as bad as year 1. But with my luck, I can't say that's a guarantee. Once my greenhouse was repaired, I chucked my sweet gem berries into the seed makers and got more than double the seeds, which is a promising start. I did go ahead and plant them with the speed grow. We are on a time crunch, and the timer starts now. At this point, my cat Esper was absolutely not happy with my throughput. Numbers were down, and as my supervisor, she had to let me know my efforts weren't cutting it. It hurts to know you failed yourself, but to fail other people, or I guess cats in this case, I don't know. It hits harder. So I was back to my sprinkler grind since I needed more for the greenhouse. Again, I might be shooting for the stars with how many seeds I can get, but at least I'm not limited by the traveling cart lady because she is my biggest op. And I've just got to say, Jojo does look kind of pretty in the snow, but I also don't know if I've hit the point of no return with my sanity. But I've wasted enough time. Let's buy the bus so I can get access to deluxe speed grow. My greenhouse is now completely filled with sprinklers, and I did have an internal battle on whether or not I should try and get an iridium sprinkler or not. If I had the intention of building a sweet gemberry empire from the beginning, I undoubtedly would have opted for iridium sprinklers through Robus. And honestly, I might have even set my sights on Ginger Island, but I was feeling a bit, I don't know, like I had already spent so much time putting in effort that ultimately was useless. So for the sake of my sanity, I let quality sprinklers be good enough for me. And of course, I would go to the desert a day early. There was no speed grow for sale. Don't worry, I didn't want it anyway. Only I actually did. I lied because I did go on to visit the desert the next day to secure the deluxe speed grow. But I definitely overbought how much speed grow I actually needed because I forgot that speed grow stays on the soil in the greenhouse. But it was finally time for my first harvest. No time to take in the spoils of said harvest because right in the seed maker they went. I turned 29 seeds into 61, so I've already blown the traveling cart lady out of the water. And somehow I feel like maybe I should have predicted that, but like I said, I'm no quitter, but I never said anything about being smart. I planted all my sweet gem berries with the deluxe speed grow, so it's time to wait 18 days for them to be ready. But winter soon turned into spring, which means the traveling cart lady has time for a redemption arc. If you don't get it right on year 1, there's always year 2, or one can hope. But she said, new year, same old stingy me, because yet again, I was met with one rare seed for sale, and then one seed again. Luckily for me, on the 9th, it was time for another harvest, so I was able to turn 61 berries into 121 sweet gem berry seeds and one ancient fruit seed. Not too bad. And, did young cannoli just give me trash? I guess I'm certified trash now. My real life cat is disappointed in me, and my virtual one is as well. How can things get any worse? Just when you think you hit rock bottom, there's always further to fall, I guess. But I'm determined to claw my way up. So I did craft a few garden pots to make myself feel better for not opting for iridium sprinklers. I have more than enough to make up for all the spaces in the greenhouse that are taken up by those quality sprinklers. I'll just have to manually water them, so I will always be reminded of my failures in life. The traveling cart tyrant continued her one stock of rare seeds on the 12th, 14th, 19th, 21st, and 26th. She really did not feel the need to switch it up anywhere along the way. Thankfully, another sweet gemberry harvest was in sight, so I was able to turn 121 into 225 seeds. It did practically take me all day to do that, so it looks like I'll need some more seed makers. And while I'm at it, I think I'll also be needing some more sprinklers since I only have 25 outside right now. I did get 31 seeds from the berries inside my house, and to top it off, I did buy one more from the traveling cart because that one will make all the difference, of course. In between my next harvest, I did get back on that sprinkler grind and crafted 20 more of them. Take in the sheer sight of all my sprinklers and seed makers. While I was moving up in the world, the traveling cart lady was not, because she had one seed for sale on the 5th, 7th, 12th, and 14th. The 17th was another harvest day, and I think I can get in one more planting session, so I turned those 225 seeds into 351 seeds, and I think we're going to need more sprinklers, so I did craft 9 more, but potentially I might even need more than that. But first, I did turn the berries from my garden pots into 32 more seeds. I was met yet again with one seed for sale on the 19th and 21st, But at least on the 21st, I crafted 12 more sprinklers. I did go ahead and buy 600 quality fertilizers from Pierre, which I'll admit could be wishful thinking, but I'd rather be overprepared than underprepared. At least that is what I tell myself. But yes, I did put all that effort in to reach level 9 in farming just for it to not matter because you do get access to more fertilizers in year 2. But I'm fine. Things are fine. Just you wait. It's not like you've been hearing that for over a year at this point. And then it was time to slumber. Of course, I probably didn't even need to mention it, but I bought one seed on the 26th and 28th, but then it was time. It was time to put all my sweat, blood, and metaphorical tears to the test. Was this all worth it? I am doing a bit of a hybrid approach. I'll use quality fertilizer on the seeds I have available to me, but I'll use deluxe speed grow on the ones still growing in my greenhouse and my actual house so that I can maximize how many sweet gem berries I can sell by the end of fall. So on the 1st of fall, I planted all 200 something seeds and made sure to put quality fertilizer on them. The 7th was another greenhouse harvest day, so I harvested my sweet gems, put them in the seed makers, and was able to plant 215 more sweet gem berries, so this hybrid approach was definitely worth it. For those, I did make sure they all had deluxe speed grow, by the way. Of course, the next day, I had my garden pot harvest ready, but only got an underwhelming 18 seeds. I planted them regardless, and now it's time to wait and hopefully reap the fruit, quite literally, of my labor. There was a strange noise in the night, and I think the berries are being summoned, and turns out they were because it was harvest day. The day I've been waiting for. It all comes down to this. I've gotta say, the quality fertilizer definitely makes a difference because there weren't too many regular quality sweet gem berries. That is, until I started harvesting the ones with speed grow. Look at all those berries. I'm actually excited to sell them, but I also don't want to get my hopes up. But first, I must assert my dominance. I hold hundreds of sweet gem berries, and no, I cannot spare one for you, old Master Cannoli. I mean, I'm not quite convinced you haven't been canoodling with the traveling cart lady to sabotage me this entire time. Before I sell my precious berries, it does look like I've made around 700k just through getting these operations up and running. And to be fair, throughout all the seasons, I was using my sprinklers to their max capacity. And okay, 2 million is not too bad. You know what? It's actually great. I'll take it. I mean, I can't exactly not take it, but you get the idea. It would have been nice to see these results or something somewhat similar in year 1, but I'm not entirely sure that's realistic. But then again, I feel like more could be possible with Ginger Island. I do think wine would probably be more profitable overall within this time frame. I did think I was going to go into this and be absolutely wowed by the power of the sweet gem berry, but I kind of feel beaten down by the berry instead, if I'm being honest. It would be interesting to see how things would have been different if I had built an empire of sweet gem berries from the start, but unlocking the greenhouse and unlocking Ginger Island earlier, like I mentioned, I think really could be a game changer. I am curious to see how Ginger Island would play into things, but again, I did not shoot for that from the start because I did get shot down somewhere along the way in year 1. I just had really bad traveling cart luck. Anyway, with that, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you like, and stay tuned for similar videos in the future. Bye!